Hey, how you doing, everybody? It's late. Simple life I will not have. It doesn't satisfy me. I don't believe in the status quo. It kind of leaves me weak. A mountain high is what I climb. I swim a river deep. So if you want the time of your life, try to keep up with me. Don't you see? I'm gonna live, I'm gonna fly, I'm gonna soar to the day I die, on the wings of a bird of prey. Hey, you're absolutely what I crave. Look at me, there's a smile on my face. You know it don't come cheap. Sure, I live the American dream. Go ahead and crucify me. I'm gonna live, I'm gonna fly, I'm gonna soar to the day I die, on the wings of a bird of prey. Hey, you're absolutely what I crave. Look at Blackie. Blackie's in the house. How pretty is Blackie? How cool is that tone, huh? Hey, I can actually read tonight. The jackass is back. Are you a jackass, Johnny? I don't think you're a jackass. Maybe an ass. So anyhow, I'm feeling mighty good. Look at me, that's a smile on my face. You know it don't come cheap. Sure, I live the American dream. Go ahead and crucify me. Blackie's back.
A big salute to Rick Shaw, master guitar master luthier. He revitalized Blackie. Blackie's Home. What a great tone How you doing, everybody? It's Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire. You know, it could just be a campfire, but why settle for a campfire when you can have a flaming spirit campfire? Greetings. Welcome to the Truth, Logic, Common Sense epicenter of goodwill and decency, positive spirit and energy and attitude, and of course, the indefatigable middle finger on fire, this American defiant DNA, this we the people thing going, hey, that Nugent's a radical. Yeah, I'm so radical. I'm such an extremist. I'm so radical that I dare experiment in self-government. I really I revere the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, but I could have wrote them because I live them. I don't need paperwork to guide my instincts. My instincts guided the paperwork. Barack. And I'm a little late tonight because, oh God, do I have stories. Do you like Uncle Ted's stories? What am I drinking? Tonic water. Organic tonic water. It's good for you, effervescent. So welcome to Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire, brought to you by tednugent.com and all the autographed goodies. A shitload of personally autographed goodies. Now, some people were saying, you should have used a black pen on those autographs, Ted. Actually, we did use a black pen, but then we found that the blue pen, I'll do it, it's kind of fading. You know, my signature sometimes fades just from time, but the attitude never fades. Right there. You want the Ted Nugent autograph stuff, go to tednugent.com, because the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire is brought to you by tednugent.com. And if you ask where to get my merchandise, you can't get it. Because we got the .com thing going on, got an intergalactic global network Wi-Fi thing happening. .com, tednugent.com. So greetings, welcome to the piss and vinegar epicenter. We have an unlimited supply of piss and vinegar, and I had a bumper crop of fuck yous this year. So if you're short on middle fingers on fire, just give me your address and I'll airlift some in for you, because I have more than I could ever use. Though I use them every day. And I did a wonderful hanging and banging with Carmine Appice. Carmine Appice and his brother Vinny Appice, and Phil and Ron had a great thing. I don't know how you get at that. It's on a StreamYard, which is what I do this Spirit Campfire on StreamYard too. But I had a great celebration of real all-American shit-kicker rhythm and blues, rock and roll, spirit soul music with Carmine and Vinny Appice, the famous Vanilla Fudge and Dio drum gods. They got new music, killer new music. I have new music. Ted Nugent's Detroit Muscle, not Spirit Campfire. Ted Nugent, Detroit Muscle. You've probably heard Come and Take It. Great lick. Come and take it. Go ahead and try. Go ahead and die. It's a love song because I love freedom. I love life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And if you interfere with it, I might have to cut you down. How you doing? Hey, happy, what is today? The 13th? Is it the 13th all day today? It is January 13th. Wow. 2 weeks into 2022, and I'm having a good time. Let me tell you some stories. So anyhow, thank you to Carmine and Ron and Vinny and Phil. Had a good hanging and banging. Again, I don't know how you go there. Maybe I should find out how you go there. But the Carmine Appice, the god of drums, the inspiration for John Bonham and almost everybody else. Just an unbelievable, gifted son of a bitch, a shit kicker, great man, a hard-working guy, handsome guy. And his beautiful wife and all his friends and his killer musicians and his brother Vinny Appice. So I've had a great communication celebrating great soulful American musicianship, which I know you all still appreciate.
Barack.
Real music lovers are alive and well, aren't we? Because I really love music. Blackie's home. Look at Blackie. Blackie and Blondie.
Barack. Barack.
How does that guitar tone sound anyway? The come and take it lick, the rhythm. I love guitar playing. Don't you love soulful guitar playing? But does it sound all right? Does it sound like a guitar? Because a lot of times the technology squashes the guitar tone, and nobody gets to squash my guitar tone. So a big thank you to Rick Shaw of Waco, Texas, for revitalizing my beloved Blackie. And, talking about mojo, my 59 Holy Grail Les Paul. Todd Carlson, you wish you had one. Close. But I have a 58 to 59. And Rick Shaw, the luthier genius guitar master, took my 58 to kind of fondle it back into perfection. So greetings. Happy the 13th day of Clusterfuck 22. I know we're trying to get out of Clusterfuck 20 and Clusterfuck 21, but we're well into a Clusterfuck 22. But maintain a positive energy and a positive course, in spite of the government calling people who complained at the school board white supremacists and terrorists. And they call me radical? So if a mother cares about her child's education and complains about teaching racism, critical race theory, if they complain about anti-education forces in the school, if you complain about, or even just voice concern about your child's education, the Supreme Court, or the DOJ, dirty, obnoxious jerks, will call you a white supremacist terrorist. This isn't funny. So it's hard to maintain a positive energy and spirit in the throes of insanity and demonicy and evil, where the government orchestrates the invasion through insecure borders. This is okay on what planet? So I could name all the atrocities, engineering violent crime explosions. The Democrats are engineering, they're cultivating, rewarding violent mayhem, criminal outrage. I know it's hard to get past that, but let us here at the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire, let's share some positive stories. The Ted Nugent Detroit Muscle album isn't going to come out until April, but the first song, Come and Take It, is a roustabout. It's a love song, middle finger on fire love song to a government. I sent a copy of Come and Take It to Beto O'Rourke and Joe Biden. Said, if you want to take away our guns and enforce unarmed helplessness upon the free citizens of America, why don't you start with me? We could maybe have a beer party, maybe have a little beer session. Don't think so. So, thank you for celebrating the Uncle Ted irrepressible. You can't repress, you can't oppress, you can't suppress my positive piss and vinegar. I'm a happy son of a bitch. You see that smile on my face? You know, don't come cheap. Sure, I live the American dream. Go ahead and crucify me. By the way, you can't hurt my feelings. It's impossible. I had my feelings amputated long ago. I just deal with reality and truth, okay? So feelings, fuck the feelings. Stupid. You know, the pioneers of America that came Manifest Destiny, went through the Oregon Pass. They weren't worried about feelings. They were worried about fire and food. Fire and food are important things. Feelings, not so much. But their feelings are real. No, they're not. Feelings are for weak people. Well, I feel love for Shemaine. That's not weak. That's strong. I feel independent. That's not feeling. That's a pulse. You with me? See, I never went to college. I was too busy learning important shit. So here we are at the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire. It's indefatigable. That means I cannot be fatigued, even though I had I said if I had flu last week. I didn't have flu. Barack. And Nugent's crazy. You got that right. Nugent's an extremist. Correct. Well, that Nugent's a radical. This is also true. I experiment in self-government. The most radical thing in the history of the human species, to be a self-governing, independent, we the people, tell King George to kiss my ass kind of guy. You love it. Do you not love it? Now, see, you love that this is lovable, but the reason we most love my lovability, my lovableness, is because it causes idiots consternation, anguish, pain, trauma. Their feelings are hurt. Sticks and stones. Anyhow, welcome to the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire. So I was on with Carmine and Vinny Apici and Ron from St. Charles, Illinois, and Phil, a killer drummer. And we were celebrating killer music. So my killer music, Detroit Muscle, thanks to Greg Smith and Jason Hartless. Come on. The best rhythm section on planet Earth. I've always had the best rhythm section on planet Earth. Say thank you, God, for the incredible musician monstrosities that have surrounded me my whole life. For over 60 years, monster, talented, gifted beasts of musicality, authority. Isn't it awesome? Go back to the Amboy Duke stuff. Is that awesome shit? What great musicians. Greg Arame on bass and Dave Palmer and Andy Solomon, Rick Lober and Bill White. And I had Joe Vitale playing drums and Tommy Clefettos and Tommy Aldridge and Mick Brown and KJ Knight. Are you kidding me? Bruce Bruscato, you missed that in the Males. We had a band called the Males around the time of the Amboy Dukes. Bruce Bruscato and Gail Uptodale. Gail. Killer guys. Come on. And Benny Rappa. Killer. And Gunnar Ross, God rest his soul. I mean, I could name them all. But what great music we've made, huh? Go back and listen to the Amboy Dukes and the Ted Nugent stuff and the damn Yankees. Michael Cardelloni, are you kidding me? How awesome. And I'm probably missing some of them, but I've always had killer musicians. My point is the Ted Nugent Detroit Muscle, thanks to Michael Lutz and Andy and Tim Padalin and Greg and Jason. The album is awesome. So, Come and Take It's been out for a while. It's being played all over the country by brave music lovers. There's still a bunch of us out there. But the next record, the next song, is American Campfire. And I played the lick here off and on, but killer stuff. I'll play it right now. Blackie epitomizes the American Campfire. Everybody loves the American Campfire. Don't you hear it calling your name? Everybody loves the American Campfire. Don't you hear it calling your name? Everybody loves the American Campfire. Go ahead and fan the flame. We'll gather round children, the party is on. Family and friends are here. Pull up a stump, set yourself down. I'd like to buy you all a beer. Cliff Davies. Everybody loves the American Campfire. Don't you hear it calling your name? Everybody loves the American Campfire. Go ahead and fan the fire. Cool, huh? I love this guitar. Here's Blackie. Blackie's home. Had a really knackered, whatever that is. It had a big old chip in here and a big old chip in there, and Rick Shaw fixed it. Cool, huh? Blackie's home. She loves me. So, before I did the Carmine Apicci Hangin' and Bangin' podcast, I was in a deer blind. Let's talk a little wildlife, truth, science, biology, common sense. That's not very common, I'm afraid. I posted recently some pictures of people with great kills, because shit needs to die. You see, the world goes round. There's a beautiful song called Winter, Spring, Summer, Fall, because in the winter, all the food's gone and shit's gonna die because the food they had in the spring and summer is gone. It's called the death of winter. I didn't come up with that. It's not an opinion. That's what happens. There's a WSI. Ooh, what's that, Uncle Ted? Winter Severity Index, where the snow gets so deep, the temperatures get so cold, and it becomes so life-threatening that shit dies. So we harvest the surplus before it just dies and rots. That's what hunting seasons are all about. Hunting season is perfect, which is why we have more deer, more elk, more turkey, more geese than ever in recorded history. And you know what else we have more of in recorded history? Mountain lions and bears. And right now, probably beaver more than the French trappers up in the Yukon in 1803. So people are going, I can see why you can shoot a deer for food, but not for sport. Write this down. It's impossible to hunt without sport. You can't get the meat without the challenge of overcoming the incredible defense escape mechanisms of the wildlife. It's every hunt is a sport. Well, at least you eat what you kill. You have to. We all eat what we kill. It's illegal. We passed a law that you're not allowed to kill stuff and not utilize it. None of these words have ever been uttered in a school in America that I know of, which is why people are so fucking stupid. Well, I don't know why you would shoot a mountain lion. Because the mountain lion has babies every year, but the habitat does not expand, and they slaughter wildlife and livestock, and by keeping the mountain lions and the bears and the wolves and the coyotes and the bobcats and the lynx in balance, for a healthy balance, they are in the asset column. If you don't hunt bears and lions and wolves and bobcats and lynx and coyotes, if you don't hunt them, 1 year later, they will become a liability, and your tax dollars will continue to go to USDA hunters, many of whom I love, the best hunters in the world, some of them, 3 of them. Your tax dollars go to government hunters to kill lions, mountain lions, cougars, bear, coyotes, bobcat, lynx, and wolf every year, and elk. They go up in helicopters in the Olympia National Park in Washington and shoot mountain goats. And it costs us tax dollars instead of selling licenses for them, so people would buy licenses and fees and permits and sporting goods and food and lodging and travel and gas and restaurants and groceries and supplies and taxidermists and ice and beer. So wildlife can only be one of 2 things, either an asset as a valuable renewable annual resource or a liability in damage control, and then they bury the lions and the bears and the wolves. They bury them in a hole in the ground, and it costs us tax dollars. Is that a good idea? I feel like an idiot asking that question. Let me just put it this way. It's an insane idea. It's cruel and immoral. To pay somebody to shoot the animals we're not allowed to is immoral, and we should disobey that immoral rule. Well, you can't use hounds or bait. That's immoral. The government uses hounds and bait because you have to, or you can't kill enough of them. And then we have to compensate the llama and the alpaca and the sheep and the cattle and the horse. We have to compensate for all the livestock destroyed by the overpopulation of mountain lions, bear, wolves, and other animals. That's nuts. Sell the licenses. It's been proven. It's not a hunch. I have no opinions on this. I'm just observing truth over insanity. You sell the licenses, keep them all in the asset column, and we don't have to compensate the ranchers for livestock destruction. Tell me you get that. I know most of you do. I apologize to most of you because most of you are smart. But boy, there's some dumb motherfuckers out there. Why would you shoot a mountain lion? You can't eat it. You have to shoot mountain lions, and we do eat them. It's delicious. It's pork. And if we don't hunt the mountain lions, your tax dollars goes pay some guy to shoot them and bury them after you had to pay the sheep farmer for all the dead sheep. Tell me even the idiots out there that immorally protect their ignorance, which becomes stupidity. When you protect ignorance and you keep information out to remain ignorant, now you qualify as stupid. Well, Nugent thinks everybody should think like him. I'm not thinking. There's no thinking. 1 and 1 equals 2. I don't have to think for that. Neither do you. You might want to start, not the people that know. There's only the guilty need to feel guilty. But you have to admit there are some insane idiots out there. Well, why would you shoot a zebra? It's a deer with stripes. You're going to go over to Africa and tell those people what they get to eat? Do you see what's happened? That's why Joe Biden's the president. Because there's that many stupid, immoral maniacs out there. Well, if you complain to the school board, you're a terrorist. That's why Joe Biden's the president. Well, hundreds of thousands of Americans have died from fentanyl coming across the open borders. That's why Joe Biden is the president. Well, the crime rate's exploding in all these Democrat cities. That's why Joe Biden's the president. Hey, anybody got a mandate for me? No mandates. Nobody can mandate shit to me. Since I was 18, before I was 18, my parents could mandate stuff. After being 18, no mandates. Nobody can mandate shit. It's either a law or it's not. And here's an example. Well, you break the law. Yes, I do. I'm going to tell you how I break the law. I was driving a buddy of mine. I won't give his name. I was driving a buddy of mine after experiencing a hunting accident, and I was exceeding the speed limit to save his life. I broke the law. There was a deer tangled up in a barbed wire fence, and the coyotes had already eaten half of its ass. It was suffering horrifically. The law said I had to call somebody to take care of it. I broke the law. I shot the fucking deer. The law was immoral. I do good things. I do proper things. I do sensible things. When the law is immoral, you must disobey it. Well, thou shalt not lie. Well, when the Nazis come to my house and ask me if I'm hiding any Jews downstairs, I'm lying. No brown shirt, dick breath. There are no Jews here. Leave my house, or I'll take that Luger away, shove it up your ass, and empty the magazine on your pancreas. How are we doing? Are we having fun with Uncle Ted? It's beautiful. It's like I'm a ballerina doing an exquisite pirouette on the skulls of numbnuts. Don't you want to do a pirouette with steel-toed work boots on the skull of an asshole? Why don't you join the Ted Nugent party where we do pirouettes with a camouflage tutu and steel-toed work boots on the skulls of idiots? Well, that's violence. Yeah, you Pearl Harbor me, I Nagasaki you. Well, violence is never the answer. Yes, it is. Old Yeller brings me my slippers and saves me from the rattlesnake. I give him a biscuit. Old Yeller foams at the mouth. Violence was the answer. Well, who are you to determine that? Oh, I'm me. I'm a thinking, sensible, moral, smart, logical guy. I'm not that smart, but in this world, I really look smart. I'm not really as smart as I look, but there's so much stupidity, I look really smart. Loving the beard. Anyhow, I did not have the flu. I had a cold. Every January, because I start hunting hard. Typically, I'm rocking hard June, July, and August. I mean, I rock hard. Is every one of my concerts the most important concert in the history of the world? Ask Jason and Greg and me. Ask all my bands. We look at each other in the eyes and we pump fists and we go, this is the most important concert of our life. We say it every night because every night is the most important concert of our lives. This podcast is Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire, the most important Spirit Campfire podcast of my life. If I do one tomorrow, it will be the most important one. See what I do? I carpe diem. I seize the day. I live to the maximum. I'm an extremist. I live extremely alive. Bottoms up. I think Shemaine is texting me. What do we got here? StreamYard. I'm already on StreamYard, you dirt balls. Why would you invite me onto StreamYard? The Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire is on StreamYard nonstop. It's been years now. Remember John Brankus and I? God bless John. He did great. But I like more unleashability. I like to unleash the beast. I like to set the beast free. I like to let the big dogs run. So celebrate every day and tell your friends that mountain lions are delicious, bear meat is delicious, lions and bears and wolves and coyotes and fox and bobcat and lynx need to die. If they're not valuable as a resource, they become a liability immediately. Well, we banned trapping because trapping is cruel. Within 4 months, the state of Ohio had to hire the trappers to trap the overpopulation of fur bears and beavers, and beaver is a fur bear, beavers and muskrats and mink and coons and possums and skunks and fox and coyote. Really? Ted always talks honey. I don't always talk honey. Well, actually, I do. I talk honey a lot. But I was talking mostly about music if you were here a moment ago, you dirt fuck. People sure are narrow-minded, aren't they? I only see this area here. This is all I can see. That's all that exists because it's all I can. Well, open your eyes. Open your eyes and you might see everything. The goal is omniscience. The goal is omnipotence. The goal is omnisyllabic. So the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire is brought to you by MyPillow.com. I'm serious. Go and say, Mike Lindell, thank you for standing up against the dirtbags of the world and cause Nancy Pelosi's eyebrows to migrate all the way to the back of her skull. Michael Jackson. Is Tucker Carlson awesome? You know, I'm a funny guy. But next to Tucker Carlson, I have to get on bended knees and just say I'm not worthy. Tucker Carlson identified that the recent photos of Nancy Pelosi was actually Michael Jackson, and she went to the same collision shop to get work done because there's obviously been a collision. So if you want to cause Nancy Pelosi's eyebrows to migrate further to the back of her skull, go to MyPillow.com and type in the code SPIRIT and buy all of Mike Lindell's world-class products. They're good stuff. My slippers. Mike Lindell, great American entrepreneur. Barack. Rock solid in the asset column of Shit Kicker USA. Barack. Maybe I shouldn't drink that much tonic water. Barack. But it has a nice tone, doesn't it? Yeah, people go, you think he talks enough? I'm doing a podcast. Maybe I should try that. So go to mypillow.com and type in the code SPIRIT. Look at that motherfucker. Is that cool or what? What else we got? It's got colors? Jeez, that's bright. My God, that's bright. Whoa. Whoa. Go to mypillow.com, type in the code SPIRIT. Alert! Alert! mypillow.com, type in the code SPIRIT. I mean it. Buy some Mike Lindell stuff. You know you want to get something nice for your family and friends. Spirit. It's all about the spirit, isn't it? You know it is. You want me to play Cat Scratch Fever? Okay. What a great lick, huh? Great lick. There's a way to play it. It's all in the right hand. Cry. You make a grown man cry, so won't you bite my back? Of mine, and I'll be getting it from me. And they know just where to go when they need a loving man. How are they doing it for free? What a great song, great lyric. Cool lick, huh? Gene wrote, what are you talking about there? Yeah, I'm rocking. You can't stop me. I'm indefatigable. In other words, there is no fatigue. Even though I had the cold. I still have a cold. But I went hunting last night, and I was hunting this afternoon. Oh, boy. And I've seen this giant old 5 or 6 year old 10-pointer. I think I've seen him twice in the last 2 years. And I saw him tonight. And he come by the stone shack. Right next to the tank blinds, best blinds in the world. And he came to the big tine supplemental feed, bait. Because you kill deer where they travel, where they bed, or where they eat. And he's coming in, and I'm telling you, I barely touched my bow. Boning Archery, Fred Bear Veins, from Boning Archery in Lake City, Michigan. And I'm in the stone shack. And that buck come, and I just went like this. I went. And his head went up. Gone. These deer, that's why I'm telling you, when you hunt, well, I can see hunting for food, but not for sport. It's impossible to hunt without sport. Just to go hunting is sport. A bunch of fools out there. And we all eat the meat. It's venison. It's sacred flesh. It's the best natural protein in the world. It's delicious. It's against the law not to use it. There's laws against it, except in Michigan where it says you can shoot ribeyes in the sky, but you're not allowed to eat it. No, really. The Michigan DNR have lost their minds. They have no soul. And if you DNR guys are watching, you go, that's not a nice thing to say because because it's true. Why would you kill a ribeye in the sky but not be allowed to eat it? That is just immoral. Hey, Michigan DNR, you're immoral. That's immoral to kill stuff and not use it. The hell's wrong with you? Jeez. Well, Nugent's a radical. Yeah, because I spotlight cockroaches. It's called experimenting in self-government. So instead of that buck taking off, what I wanted him to do was to pause ever so momentarily so my Matthews could come to full draw. I could get him in the peep. Ooh, and I could slice open his pump station. But alas, poor Yorick, it was not to be. So the white tail on a deer isn't actually a white tail, it's a middle finger. So this beautiful buck that I've been wanting to kill, we get to hunt all the way to March 1st in Texas because we got this thing here, it's radical, it's called freedom. So anyhow, go to mypillow.com, type in the code SPIRIT, and go to tednugent.com and type in anything you want. Just buy a bunch of this shit. When people were asking me, do we have the coins? What the hell's going on here? Do we have the coins? Yes, we have the coins. I have so many guitar picks in my pocket that it's like a grenade going off. There's so much guitar pick shrapnel. Got the Ted Nugent Spirit coin. The real Homeland Security. You can get these at tednugent.com. They have much mojo. You keep these in your pocket, and you will be happier. You will have more piss and vinegar. These are now available. They ran out recently. Barack. But we have got them back in the inventory. So thank you for supporting tednugent.com and mypillow.com. And thank you for supporting fullcircleprogram.com. Barack. You like the campfire. Is it warm in your cockles? You feel the flames? Go to fullcircleprogram.com. It's a great charity. You don't have to make a donation, but maybe tell your friends about it. And if you can make a donation, great, $5, whatever. It's a great charity led by young Americans to save young Americans' lives from the chemical warfare waged upon Americans by the U.S. government. Well, that's radical. It is, isn't it? That when you don't have borders, you don't have a nation. Now, well, that's radical. That's your opinion. No, it's not my opinion. If you don't have secure borders, you haven't got a nation. That's not an opinion. That's a historical truism. And right now, under these freak devil punks that are infesting our government, we aren't even a nation because we don't have borders. And through those borders are the Joe Biden friends, the gangsters, the drug cartels bringing fentanyl and deadly chemicals into our country to kill Americans. Well, that's outrageous, Ted. It is, isn't it? It's outrageous to deny it. In fact, it's immoral to deny it. It's righteous to bring it up and to spotlight it. So go to fullcircleprogram.com and help save Americans' lives. Fullcircleprogram.com. And ultimately, the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire, Truth, Logic, Common Sense, Piss and Vinegar orgy of freedom, life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness is brought to you by hunternation.org. If you want to help take back this country, go to hunternation.org. hunternation.org. I'm not kidding. Hello, handsome. Who's that? Joan. Hi, Joan. How the hell you doing? Hi, Sharon. We need borders. Yeah, duh. You see, Sharon and I know this. Everybody knows this. Well, Nugent's a radical. Yeah, I'm not French. I'm not Canadian. Love my Canadian friends, love my French friends, but you have to admit they haven't got freedom. They're not citizens, they're subjects. HunterNation.org. Please visit us, join us, HunterNation.org. We're scaring the living shit out of the Marxists that call themselves Democrats now. Well, we need voters' rights. We have voters' rights. Well, you shouldn't need ID to vote, but you should have to have vax papers to eat at a restaurant. See? See how insane we've become? So now in New York, this new mayor idiot says you don't have to be an American to vote in New York. I know a lot of people go, as if they would do that. Yeah, as if. As if they would give black people shots in Tuskegee and give them syphilis. As if they would do that. As if they would put American citizens in gulags, in solitary confinement, and cruelly mistreat them for being charged with trespassing. Well, it was an insurrection, but nobody's been charged with an insurrection. Boy, I could go on. There's thousands of examples of how immoral and how treasonous the United States government has become. Well, Nugent's anti-government. No, I'm anti-corruption. Our government just happens to qualify. I'm anti-criminality. Our government happens to be criminal. If our government served we the people and abided by their sacred oath to the Constitution, I would love the government. I would love that government. Jackbooted thugs, not so much. So thanks for sharing the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire. It's 9:20 in Texas. 9:20, I should be in the bathtub with Shemaine. Boy, should I ever. I like become a carp. I like become a bottom feeder. You love this shit, don't you? Come on, the smart people love this. The dumb people are like offended. If I offend you, that's awesome. That's really it's just a byproduct of having a good time. If I offend people, that's just a bonus, because smart people really get a kick out of me. Fever tree, tonic water. Boy, I'm going to be peeing tonight. So God bless America. God bless you all out there. Sam, yeah, this is some funny shit. Sam loves this. Smart people really love this. Sex addicts. What is a sex addict? Who's a sex addict? So thank you for sharing the Spirit Campfire. How about the guitar tone? The guitar, isn't the guitar, even if I just shut up and play guitar, wouldn't that be awesome? I wish you would. Well, I'm not gonna, because I like to have balance. Talk about dangerous political criminality and talk about fun stuff and bottom feeding in the bathtub with Shemaine. I'm an adventurous guy. I'm a tangent master. Davy Jones is, no shit, Davy. Am I fun? Is my Spirit Campfire podcast the most fun of any? Should I read this stuff? I can hardly see this shit. Thank you, Uncle Ted. Feel better. God bless you and yours. Yeah, you must submit to the government. No, I don't. Here's my ID. I have a permit. Both of my permits are eternal. Tangent master for sure. Talk about Fred Bear. How about yeah, Blackie does sound great. How about just listen to the song Fred Bear, and you will know everything you need to know about the great man. But he was a great influence on me, as much as Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley and Little Richard and the Motown Funk Brothers and Sam and Dave and Wilson Pickett and Dwayne Eddy and Dick Dale and the Ventures. So Fred Bear is the god of mystical flight of the arrow, spirit brotherhood. And by the way, thanks for supporting Ted Nugent's Spirit of the Wild TV and Outdoor Channel for 31 years. Barack. I got to get that looked at. But you don't want to get too close. So have a wonderful, wonderful night. Happy January 13, Clusterfuck 20. And I will see you here at another time. Who knows? I just have tangents and a knee-jerk, instinctual, spontaneous combustion, and I just show up. Barack. By the way, people were asking about this. This is a guardian angel light. It's just unbelievable. They come in all different sizes, but they're just unbelievable. They're so bright you can see them for miles and I can see for miles and miles. I can see for miles. I think the Amboy Dukes had that song, I Can See for Miles, a Who song we performed, I think on one of the early albums, didn't we? Did we? And I know Bill White's out there, great bass player. Bill, I love you. All you Amboy Dukes, I love you. All you damn Yankees, I love you. All the Ted Nugent Band, I love you. I love all of you. I have an unlimited tsunami, an arsenal of love. So have a wonderful night. Thank you for supporting us. Go to tednugent.com, mypillow.com, code SPIRIT, hunternation.org, and fullcircleprogram.com. These are the places that will bring you much positive spirit and mojo. Stand up for what you believe in. Call your mayor, your senator, your congressman, or your governor in the White House and tell them you support Kyle Rittenhouse. You know that good needs to win over evil. We believe in that. We believe in self-defense. We believe that so-called Supreme Court Justice Sotomayor, she got the job as a Supreme Court justice because of her gender and her ethnicity. She has no qualifications, as I'm afraid many of them don't. Well, that's a horrible thing to say. Yep, it is. And when Old Yeller is foaming at the mouth, I identify rabies. And our government, our institutions, the bureaucracies, they have rabies. They are a liability. The Supreme Court justices that don't think we have the right to self-defense are evil people. They're anti-human. They're for evil over good. Sotomayor is for evil over good. She's a liar. She's unqualified. Just like Ginsburg. She got the job because she's a woman. Well, that's a horrible thing to say. Well, we don't hire based on gender. We hire based on capability and qualifications. Do you want your pilot to be hired because of a gender and an ethnicity and a color, or because they're a good pilot? Nugent, he's a radical. Yeah, I'm addicted to truth, logic, common sense, and